सबैजनालाई स्वागत छ आजको भिडियोमा। आज म थर्ड सेमेस्टरको ओप इन जाभाको नोटहरू ठ्याक्क कति मिनट भनेपछि 20 मिनटसम्म चाहिँ पढ्नेछु है। 20 मिनटसम्म पढ्छु। नोट एक यहाँ छ। च्याप्टर फर्स्टको पढ्छु। जाभा प्रोग्रामिङ ल्याङ्ग्वेज 31 पेज रहेछ। Fundamental of Java programming, computer and computer programming, writing and executing the Java programming element of the Java program, feature of the Java, assessing the class and the class member, the memory uses by the Java program when will the error occur, learning objective, understanding how the computer and computer programs work, understand how the Java program is written, compile and execute, understand what makes the Java program independent, identifying the object-oriented feature of the Java, identifying the different element of the Java program, primitive variable, reference variable, local variable, instance variable, method in the class, learning objective content, identify where in the memory the method in invocation object and the variables are stored, understand how SS modifier define the accessibility of the class and the class member, understand the concept of early binding and the late binding in the context of the program error, computer and the computer programming, how a computer works, how a computer program works, how a computer works from a computer program's perspective. A computer consists of the component to do the following: receive the data from the user, process the data according to the instruction from a program to the user, place a result somewhere. How a computer works, a place to store the data, permanent storage, hard drive, temporary storage, RAM, I/O devices, monitor, keyboard, disks, and printer, CPU, the brain of the computer. How a computer program works, application software, operating system software, computer hardware, fundamental of the Java programming, computer and computer programming, writing and executing a Java program, element of the Java program, feature of Java, assessing the class and the class member, the memory used by the Java program, when will the error occur, writing and executing a Java program, or compiler translate a program in the C++ to the binary format called the executable code. The executable code is the machine dependent Java program or the machine independent thanks to Java virtual machine, writing and executing a Java program, writing a Java program, compiling a Java program, executing a Java program, writing a Java program. Source code is the set of instruction in the set format written according to the rules of the Java programming language. Source file contain this instruction as a file extension .java. Compiling a Java program, machine language of binary format. In the Java compiler compiles the source code into the bytecode to create the bytecode file class from the source file, robot manager.java, java c robot manager.java, executing a Java program, executing a Java program by issuing a Java command, Java robot manager genie 420. The Java virtual machine is the bytecode file, translate the instruction to the executable format that on a computer can understand. Write once, run anywhere, compiler bytecode, JVM bytecode interpreted by the JVM on the different machine. Hello Jimmy, I am Robot 420. Hello Jimmy. Windows, Solaris, and the Linux fundamental of the Java programming, computer and computer programming, writing and executing a Java program, elements of the Java program, feature of the Java, assessing the class and the class member, the memory uses by the Java program, when will the error occur, element of the Java class and object method variable in the data types, execution, the follow of the data, class in the object or class is a template or a blueprint from which the object are created. Writing class is called the implementing a class. Declaration in the body and object is the instantiate from a class and also called the instance of that class. Each object has a state and a set of characteristic and the behavior represented by the method public class robot manager. The name of the class begins here. It is a class, can be accessed from everywhere. Public static void main string args can be invoked without instantiating the class. The method returns nothing. Main, the name of the method, the method of the agreement. The method body begins here. The method body ends here. The class body ends here. Variable and the data types. The state of the object is represented by the set of Java set of the data item that are handled by using the variable. The variable's type determines what kind of Value it can hold the declaration of the variable type name and object reference. Variable refers to an object robot execution follow of the program expression combination of the variable operator illiter and the method call statement. Complete execution unit of the program contain one or more expression blocks or a group of zero or more statement between an operating branch and the closing brace. Execution flow control skip execute repeatedly execute a block of the statement fundamental of the Java programming computer and computer programming writing and executing a Java program element of the Java program feature of the Java accessing the class and the class member the memory used by the Java program when will the error occur feature of the Java platform independence, object-oriented programming platform independence, write once, run anywhere. The Java compiler compiles the source code into the bytecode, which can be interpreted by the suitable Java virtual machine on any platform. The Java virtual machine can prevent the code from generating the side effect outside the system. The object-oriented platform encapsulation object-oriented programming language encapsulation combining an object data with its method inheritance, code reusability, code maintenance, implementing OOP, polymorphism, allow an object of in superclass to refer to an object any subclass, fundamentals of Java programming, computer and computer programming, writing and executing a Java program, element of Java program, feature of the Java assessing the class in the class member, the memory uses by a Java program, when will the error occur? Assessing the classes and the class member variables, method and nested class, SS modifier, control the SS of the class member, public, protected, default, private, fundamental of the Java programming computer and computer programming, writing and executing a Java program element of the Java program. Feature of the Java accessing the classes and the class member, the memory uses by a Java program. When will the error occur? The memory uses by a Java program. Stack local variable, local reference variable method in invocation instance variable, instance reference variable object. A fundamental of the Java programming computer and computer programming writing and executing a Java program element of the Java program feature of the Java accessing the class and the classes member, the memory uses by a Java program. When will the error occur? When will the error occur? Completion fail and exception is thrown at a runtime. We will read chapter 2. Mm. Java programming data types and operator objective develop the code that declares initialize and uses the primitive array enums and object at the static instance and local variable write a code that correctly applies the appropriate operator including the assignment operator arithmetic operator relational operator the instance of the operator to develop the code that declare and initialize and uses the primitive array in nouns and object as a static instance and local variable. Write a code that correctly apply the appropriate operator, including the assignment operator, arithmetic operator, relational operator, and the instance of the operator, logical operator, and the conditional operator. Write a code that determine the equality of the two object or the two parameter types. Data types and operator working with the primitive data types, declaring and initializing the primitive variable, working with the non-primitive data types, understanding the operator on the data, arithmetic operator, relational operator, logical operator, using assignment operator, advanced operator, equality of the two object or the two primitive data related concept, understanding the variable data types and the operator, naming the variable legal identifier, reserve name, the keyword, understanding the variables and data types and the operator, two kind of data operator, primitive and non-primitive, two corresponding types of variable, primitive variable and reference variable, object reference, naming the variable and the legal identifier. Each variable has a name called the identifier. Rules of name the variable first character of a letter or dollar sign or a underscore. The character other than the first character in an identifier may be the letter or dollar sign, an underscore or a digit. None of the Java language keyword or the reserve keyword can be used as the identifier. Reserve name the keyword Java keyword abstract assert boolean break byte case catch char class constant continue default do bubble else in extend false finally float go for go to if implement import instance of int interface long native new null package a primitive protected public return short static script fp super switch synchronize this throw transient true try void voltage while data types and operator data related concept working on the primitive data types declaring and initializing the primitive variables working on the non-primitive data types understanding the operation on the Java automatic operation, relational operator, logical operator using the assignment operator, advanced operator, equality of the two operator or the two primitive working with the data, working with the primitive data types, boolean type, short, char, int, float, double, long, 1, 8, 16, 16, 32, 32, 64, 64, and a signal on sign, true or false, 2, 7, 2, 7, 2 to the power 15, 2 to the power 16, 2 to the power 15, 2 to the power 31, 31, 2 to the power minus 31, minus 2 to the power minus 63, 63, minus 63, 2 to the power 63, minus 1. Data types and operator, data related concept working the primitive data types, declaring and initializing the primitive variables, working with the non-primitive data types, understanding the operation on the Java arithmetic operator, relational operator, logical operator using the assignment operator, advanced operator, equality of the two object or the two primitive, declaring and initializing the primitive variable, syntax for declaring the variable, assessing the variable literals, default initial value, syntax for declaring the variable, the general syntax for declaring and initializing a variable, modifier data types, variable name, initial value, primitive int id, then int id, assessing the variables. Once you declare a variable, you can assess it by referring to its by its name. XY variable can be classified into the three category: local variable, instance variable, static variable. Literal is the value assigned to a variable in the source code. In the ID10, the boolean literals true or the false, the char literals and u 5 4 5 6 7 and literals 43 43 L0530 into XB, the floating point integer 12 33 1.25 E plus 8 1.254 E F default initial value. Only the instance variable require the default value if not explicitly initialized. Boolean sorts are in the float long double. Example, initial test Java public class initial test instant x public static void main string x rod are new initial test print I public void print int y z in z y to system out the print I n x plus y system that out print in data, data types and operator data related concept working on the primitive data types, declaring and initializing the primitive variables, working with the non-primitive data types, understanding the operation on the Java arithmetic operator, rational operator, logical operator, using the assignment operator, advanced operator, equality of the two object or the two primitive, working with the non-primitive data types. All the non-primitive data types in the Java are the object. You can create an object by instantiating a class. When you declare a variable of non-primitive data types, you can actually declare a variable that is reference variable object reference the memory where an object live, working with the non-primitive data types object array. The data types in object and object reference or reference variable is declared student1. You can create an object with a new operator student1 new student. The declaration of an object reference variable, object creation and initialization of the reference variable student1 new student array object that are used to store the multiple variable of the same value, making an array of a data item consists of the three logical steps: declare an array variable, create an array of a certain size, and assign it to the array variable, assign a value of each array element. Declaring an array variable, declare an array variable by specifying the data types of the element that the array will hold, followed by the identifier plus a pair of the square bracket before and after the identifier. Example, int is for student, creating an array. Create an array with a new operator. An array of the primitive is created and assigned to an already declared array variable is called new int. An array of a non-primitive data types is created and assigned to an already declared array variable student, new student, assigning the value to an array element. Each element of an array need to be assigned of value primitive type object reference score 075 score 180 score 2 100 score 0 new student score 1 new student student 2 new student. The data type enum, the uses the enum any type unit, the fix the set of constants such as the day of the week, define the enum variable into the two-step. Define the enum type with the set of the name value. Define a variable to hold one of the this value. Example: enum allotted credit card, Visa, Mastercard, American Express. Allotted credit card, Visa equals to allotted credit card, Visa. Data types and operator. Data related operator working and the primitive data types, declaring and initializing the primitive data types, working with the non-primitive data types, understanding the operator and the Java arithmetic operator, relational operator, logical operator, using the assignment operator, advanced operator, equality of the two object or the two primitive, understanding the operator on the Java. Unary operator require only one operand. For example, plus increment the value of its operand by one. Binary operator require its operand. For example, 8 the plus 8 the value of its two operand. Trinary operator on three operand in Java programming language have a trinary operator, data types and operator, data related concept, working with the primitive data types, declaring and initializing the primitive variables, working with the primitive data types, understanding the operator and the data arithmetic operator, relational operator, logical operator. Using assignment operator is advanced operator, equality of the two object or the two primitive or arithmetic operator, operator minus equals to use option 1 option 2 op plus plus open plus 1 op minus op plus op2 op1 op2 op1 to add the value of op1 and op2, increment the value of op by 1, subtract the value of OP from that OP1, decrement the value by OP1, multiply the value by OP1, that of the OP2, divide the value of OP1, that of the OP2, compute the remainder of the dividing the value by of OP1 and by OP2. Unary arithmetic operator, the sign of the unary arithmetic operator, plus minus increment and decrement operator, plus and n minus initial value of x 7777 code statement, plus x plus minus y find the value of y 8767, find the value of y x 8866, the multiplication and the division operator, and n operate on all the primitive numeric type and the data chart. The results of dividing an integer by another integer will be an integer. In case of integer types, division by zero would generate an arithmetic expression at execution time. Division in the zero case of the float and the double type would generate the positive infinity or the negative infinity. The square root of the negative number of a float or the double type would generate the not a number value float, and n the modular operator gives the value that is the remainder of the division. The sign of the result is always with the sign of the first from left up random. The addition and the subtraction operator minus perform the arithmetic addition and subtraction if the result overflow. The truncation of its bit happen the same way as the multiplication. The operator is overloaded in the Java language and concatenated string data types and operator data related concept, working with the primitive data types, declaring with the initializing primitive data types, working with the non-primitive data types, understanding the operation on the data, arithmetic operator, relational operator, logical operator, using the assignment operator, advanced operator, equality of the two object or the two primitive. Relational operator, it is also called the comparison operator. Compare the value of the two operand and return the Boolean value, true or the false. Operator 1, operator 2, operator 1, operator 2, and data types and operator data related concept, working with the primitive data types, declaring and initializing the primitive variables, working with the non-primitive data types, understanding the operator operation in the Java, arithmetic operator, relational operator, logical operator, using the assignment operator, advanced operator, equality of the two object or the two primitive, logical operator used to combine more than one condition that may be true or the false, deal with the connecting the Boolean value operator, operated a bit level, two kind of logical operator, bitwise logical operator, short circuit logical operator, bitwise logical operator, manipulate the bit of an integer byte short code char int long value use operation end or action or bitwise inversion not bitwise logical operator byte x byte y byte z byte system out that print ln a short circuit logical operator on the Boolean types. The outcome of this operator is in Boolean. In short circuit uses OP1 outcome if the true if the operator 1 and operator 2 are both true, otherwise false. Conditionally evaluate OP2 short circuit and logical operator or operator 1 operation 2 true if either operator 1 and operator 2 is true, otherwise false. Conditionally evaluate the operator 2 data types and operator data related working with the primitive data types, declaring and initializing the primitive variables, working with the non-primitive data types, understanding the operation on the data, arithmetic operator, relational operator, logical operator, using the assignment operator, advanced operator, equality of the two objects or the two primitive, using the assignment operator used to set or reset the value of variable x is equal to 7. Shortcut assignment operator arithmetic promotion involves the binary operation between the two operand of the different types or the types of the narrow in the size than int. The compiler may convert the type of one operand to the type of the other operand or the type of both operand to entirely different types. Arithmetic promotion is performed before any calculation is done. Arithmetic promotion rules if the both the operation of operand are type of the narrower than that is the bytecode or the chart. Both of them are formatted to the type int before the calculation is performed. If one of the operator is the type double, then the operand is converted to a double as well. If none of the operation is a double and one of the operation is of the type float, then the other operand is converted to the type float as well. Arithmetic formation rules if none of the operand is one of the double type or the flow and one of the operand is type of the long and then the other operand is converted into the long as well as if none of the operand is the type double float or long, then the operand are converted into the type int. They are already not data types and operator data related concept working with the primitive data types, declaring and initializing the primitive variables, working with the non-primitive data types, understanding the operation on the Java arithmetic operator, relational operator, logical operator, using the assignment operator, advanced operator, equality of the two object or the two primitive advanced operator. Shortcut if field statement used to declare the array, create array, and assess many element used to form the qualified name, delimit the command separated list of parameter used to examine in the method declaration, cast, convert to value specific type, create a new object to the new array, instant determining the whether the first operand is instance and the second operand the shortcut if fields yields x is equal to b advanced operator. The class operator type explicitly convert the value of a specific value by type by z byte x by the new operator instantiate a class and to create an array. The instantaneous of the operator determines if a given object is the type of a specific class. Operation one instance op2 data types and operator data related concept working with the primitive data types, declaring and initializing the primitive variables, working with the non-primitive data types, understanding the operation on the data, arithmetic operator, relation operator, logical operator, using assignment operator, advanced operator, equality of the two object or the primitive equality of the two object or the primitive three kind of element that can be compared to the test equality primitive variable all the same value can be tested with the operator reference variable can be compared by using the equals to operator hold the same value object tested with the equals method of the object class code walk quicket on the Java public static void main string args it count 1 2 3 4 5 count 1 count 2 count 3 9 system out that print 1 count and ल आजलाई यति नै फेरि हामी अर्को भिडियोमा भेट्नेछौँ